happy new moon in Pisces. Also happy St. Patrick's Day. They just coincide, I guess. I don't know if I'm going to do anything for St. Patrick's Day, quite honestly. I actually am slightly Irish. If you've met me, you've noticed, or you can even see in this picture, all of these beauty marks is probably because of my Irish and Scottish heritage. My dad, who's Italian, does not have any of these. But I guess, what are they, freckles, beauty marks? I am 25% Irish and Scottish, so half of that is Irish, half of that is Scottish. That's my mom's side, and then the other 25% is French Canadian. Yeah. So there you go. Now you know what I am. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. Thanks, Peter. You rock too. What's up? So it's new moon in Pisces. So every time we're on a new moon, this is really fascinating to me because I'm really into the moons this year. So the sun is in Pisces and the moon is also in Pisces, which is crazy. And if you are a person, because I always like to make like the energy of person so you guys understand, your sun is in Pisces and your moon is in Pisces. So you're like a super Pisces is what I like to call. Like both of my parents are super Aries. They're Aries with, I'm double checking on my dad because some other astrology chart said that he had a Pisces moon. And then this new program that I have says that he also has an Aries moon like my mom, because they're a day apart. But I think according to this new app, he could only have a Pisces moon if he was born on the 14th of April as opposed to the 15th. So it's very curious. I think I'm just going to ask my astrology friend to check it out for me. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Because I do feel like my dad has a Pisces moon and a Leo rising, because my parents aren't exactly alike. But of course they're not exactly alike because you can be born exactly the same time in the same place as somebody. And, there's so many other factors, nurturing nature, all that kind of stuff. So I actually do know a Pisces sun and a Pisces moon. I actually know two of them. I went to college with a girl named Sarah. And then the first guy I ever dated, let's say, Christian, he was a Pisces sun, Pisces moon. They were actually exactly the same day, Sarah and Christian. So interesting. What I've noticed, actually, Sarah was much more organized than Christian. So I think that was more of like a nurturing thing. Because she I lived with her and she was very motivating. She was, I don't know what she's doing right now, but she wanted to be a teacher and like all her stuff was very organized. And I guess not that the Christian wasn't organized. It's just that he was very flighty. But they weren't born at the exact same time. So maybe she had a different rising or something. I didn't know all this in college, but what I found about him is that everything was romanticized. Actually did find that he couldn't finish things, had trouble with completing things, which is something that I don't know if that's what he's doing now, but it's something that I actually found recently is what I do. So I have a Mars in Pisces, and I was talking to my life coach the other day, and she said, this isn't good or bad, but you're really good at like creating ideas. But then you have so many ideas that it's overwhelming for you to complete them. And I was like, that's exactly who I am. So I feel like that is a Pisces energy, considering that is my Mars energy and it's Pisces. But I found that being around him was like that. Like he'd be like, I want to make this movie and I want to do this project. And you're like, oh my God, that's so amazing. which made me think he was like super cool. Which he was super cool. But like he just had like all of these amazing like fantasies and like great, wonderful things that he wanted to do. And, you know, I was 16. So like, you know, obviously he was awesome. So I was like, wow, tell me all your hopes and dreams, you know. And I'm sure my Mars in Pisces was like, yay, he understands me. But I actually, ironically, was supposed to be born on March 6th. So I would have had exactly what the energy is today. So this is Moon in Pisces, Sun in Pisces today. And I would have been born the same day as Christian and Sarah. And that was my due date, was March 6th. So that was even more fascinating for me to meet both of those people and be like, oh my God, I would have been you if I was born on time. But I was supposed to be an Aquarius with a Leo moon, and so I was born February 17th. So I'm like, it's even more fascinating, and probably makes sense why he was the guy that was my first guy, because in the whole scheme of the cosmic world, because I was supposed to kind of be him, which I thought was very romantic and cool when I met him. Yeah, so today, I don't know if you guys are feeling it already, but today is going to be like extra fantastical, like fantasy-wise. You might be feeling a little extra loopy. I was just saying in my other video, my friend has a Pisces moon, and I mean, I loved the full moon in Leo. Like, that was like a really great day for me. So if you have a moon in Pisces, you might just be like chilling and being awesome. Virgos might feel this a lot today because this is your opposite sign. So two of the major energies today is Pisces. So Virgos actually might be feeling this kind of oddly. Actually, my friend is also a Virgo with a Pisces moon. So interesting enough. Oh, she must be born under a full moon. Christian, if you're watching this, you're born under a full moon, just like me. I just realized that. So the great things about Pisces is that they're very compassionate. So that is really what this new moon is going to be about. So with full moons, you feel them about like 2 weeks, right? Excuse me. About 2 weeks. New moons are a little stronger, so you will feel them for like 29 days. Wait, no, is that right? I think that's right. I thought I had this down. I was reading something. It seems like new moons are actually more effective than the full moons. But then you also have the other energy of like the 6-month period of going from a new moon in Pisces to a full moon in Pisces. So that would be sometime in September when the full moon in Pisces. So it's really interesting, like the different ways then you can think about like releasing and manifesting. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put this up. Here. I'm just going to do this solo and then we can read it together. So if you guys want to, you don't have to do it now, but I always say bring like a journal and a writing tool. But you can even do this later in the day, even at night tonight. You want to write down all of your wishes, dreams, intentions, and desires and be as specific as possible. Then read your list out loud. You can go outside beneath the sky, or you can light a candle inside. It's kind of like whatever you prefer. It's been a little cold lately, so I don't know if you want to go outside. But it is really beautiful to be outside and do a moon practice. And you always want to be grateful for what you're asking for before you even get it. I mean, that is any emotion and gratitude are the strongest ways for you to manifest. So like I was listening to this reader last night, Simone. I'm sorry, not Siren. Siren's great as well. Simone Ascending. She's on YouTube. And she actually does a lot of like divine feminine, divine masculine readings, which is really great. So I think that's pretty awesome. And she was saying literally that with this new moon, really like, and this is with all manifestation, that if I feel the way I want to feel when I already have something, then it helps me manifest it more. So for instance, I guess I'll do, let's do a car because that's easy. So let's just say like, not everybody wants a car, but cars are easy. So let's just say I want, I'm not really into cars, but I know my brother used to have this fancy car. So he had a 1979 Firebird, right? And I'm like, I really want this 1979 red Firebird. And so I see myself in it, and maybe like I imagine myself sitting there and driving it, and like the wind like going through my hair, and man, I really know like how it feels to like the interior. Is it leather? Is it soft? Is it like, what does it feel like? Is it black inside? I'm really just describing his car that he had, but yeah, like if there's something I'm kind of going toward, like how does it feel, right? This is really helpful when it's not a materialistic thing, because like I really want to have this type of job. I want the type of job when that I know I have flexible hours, and I love the feeling of having flexible hours. I love working for myself and having that independence. Or like I love working for this job that makes me this amount of money, and I have this boss that just really appreciates me, and you like feel that appreciation from that like said boss that you really want. So like those feelings, and I'm so grateful to have this boss that appreciates me and like feels like we're on the same team together. And so, because really it's feeling is so important to really like manifesting what you want, right? And so new moons are all about manifesting. Planting the seeds that within the next month, the next 2 weeks, which is until the full moon, the next month, or even the next 6 months, that you're like putting in out into the universe. This is what I want. So like already saying like, thank you so much, universe. I have this wonderful new job with this amazing supportive boss that really loves me and really sees how talented I am. Thank you so much, universe or goddess or whoever, Jesus, Allah, whoever you want to talk to. And then you can just keep these lists and just read them. So with new moon, you want to keep your lists. I actually have a bunch of lists in my cell phone from that I just keep on me. This is actually a part of how I got the apartment I have. I believe so, and that's just what I'm gonna stick to. I manifested this apartment. I manifested being able to have this apartment. If you go on my list of my ideal living space, it is basically this apartment. I didn't ask for a garage, but I did ask for enough space for my stuff. So it was really interesting to me that's how it manifests. It can manifest in ways that you don't even know. Or you kind of get like something extra that you didn't know about. Like I also have a driveway, which I actually don't need. But my neighbors upstairs needed it, so they're renting it from me, which is amazing. So now my rent is less. They get 2 spots for their cars, which they wouldn't have had if I needed it. And there's not like usually 2 driveways at places. So I think that was pretty great for them, but they were looking for a place for 2, ideally, right? 2 parking spots. So we all helped each other. It was great. But yeah, it's really interesting how that all works. So write down these lists because they're really so important, and really rereading them and being like, oh, how does it feel for me to have this? Because I've been feeling this apartment for months and months and months. And it's freaking awesome. I love living on my own in this apartment. It's great. So yeah, so take out those journals, take out those pens and pencils, whatever you want to use, crayons, and really enjoy asking for anything you want, you know? Yeah, like I have friends now that say they want to like have my life, which is like the best freaking compliment in the world. My life isn't perfect, but like I do love a lot of things about my life. And I just it's to the point that you're like, wow, I really am good at manifesting. If someone is saying that to me, right? So it works. It works, man. I don't want to like sound like I drank the Kool-Aid, but it really does work. So write those things down. Again, I always think that you have an extra boost if you are going with the energy of what the sign is. So right now we're in Pisces, right? So Pisces is, they're all about acceptance and forgiveness. It's a really great healing energy right now. Also, this is like the end of the year for astrology. So in the astrology world, it's like New Year's for us. So on March 20, I'm sorry, 20. March? Yes, I was right. I thought I said the 29th, but I didn't. March 21st will be like a New Year's Eve kind of feeling for the astrology world because it's the last day of Pisces. So Pisces is the 12th sign. It's actually the oldest sign. It is the grandfather sign. I actually was lucky enough to have a grandfather that was a Pisces. So he was like, loved being a grandfather, I'm sure, because it was just perfect for his energy. So not that your grandparents have to be Pisces, but if you are a Pisces and you kind of feel older than your actual chronological age, it's not strange. But I just realized that now that he must have like really enjoyed being a grandfather because it was like in his energy of being a Pisces. There's a lot of harmony. Pisces are always trying to make everything harmonious. This is actually what I do in my Mars. I'm so sensitive to energy. So your Mars, again, is how you desire, how you fight. So I'm not a very good fighter. Because my thing is like, how can we make everybody happy in the room? Because if everyone's not happy in the room, I feel it. I sense it, and it throws me off. So I'm always trying, I guess my way of fighting is kind of like evening out the energy and making the energy as clear and harmonious in the room. I don't know if that's a fight. Would that be a mage? I don't know. I'd have to ask Scotty. He's my he's the guy that would know all the role-playing games and stuff. I don't know them that well, but I do know them a little bit. Let's see here. What else we got? So yeah, so in these manifestation of this new moon in Pisces, the seeds you want to plant is what emotions do you want to bring into your life? And because this is like an end of a year feeling energetically with astrology, you can have kind of that year review feeling too in this manifestation. So even though it's a new moon, there are feelings of full moon releasing happening. Feelings of releasing, I guess, because this is a closing of an astrology year. So up until like next Wednesday, yes. Next Wednesday, I want to say, is the last day in Pisces, which is March 21st. So March 21st is kind of like a New Year's Eve. And then we'd say that March 22nd it would be like a New Year's Day. So if that is an energy that you are feeling and you're like, why does it feel like it's New Year's? It's totally there. It's totally there. And then Aries is our first sign. So they're actually the baby sign, which ironically, like the baby sign is Aries, and I have two parents that are Aries. Oh, universe, so hilarious. They're not babies at all. They're just, they're actually very young looking, which is like, go them, you know, which I got genetically. So thank you, Mom and Dad, for looking so young. But yeah, if you notice, like Aries will always look younger than they are. Not that Pisces will look older, because I know lots of beautiful young looking Pisces, because it is also genetics too, right? But Pisces always feel older. Like you could talk to like a 10-year-old Pisces and be like, how do they get all that? Because they're a Pisces, they get it. Let's see here. Oh, Pisces rules the feet. So again, it being the 12th sign, it's actually going to go, there's actually medical astrology, which I'm going to learn next astrology class on Sunday. Right, Alex? So, oh, that's tomorrow. But tomorrow I'll learn more about medical astrology. But literally every sign rules a certain part of your body, like the chakras I was just saying, right? So with Pisces actually rules your feet. Aquarius rules ankles. Leo, we know, rules heart, right? Because they're always following their heart, the heart's desire. Aries, so then you go, Pisces rules feet. We go jump right back up to Aries rules head. That's why they're very headstrong. That's why they're very fiery. That's why they're very good leaders. But you'll notice like Pisces will tend to be attracted to like ice skating and lots of like swimming, very watery like feet exercises. Again, this is when I thought my dad had a Pisces moon, which he might still have a Pisces moon, where we'll double check it, Dad. He actually really loves to ice skate. And he will like go and ice skate on his own in the winter. And we, I used to always joke and be like, oh, that's your Pisces moon. I love to take baths. Like I think really well in the shower. A lot of people do, but like I feel like a part of that is because the way I fight and desire is in a water sign. So I noticed that my brain loves water, or deals with water. Actually, when I'm washing dishes, I tend to like feel really relaxed, and I'll like figure stuff out in water too. So that's really interesting. So maybe that might be actually something that's really helpful for us right now. I mean, I'm definitely taking a bath later today. I'm very excited about it. But yeah, like taking a bath today would actually be a great thing to do. Like an Epsom salt bath. Maybe even lavender would be nice, because that's not necessarily Piscean, but it's purple. Purple's very Piscean. I'm not sure if I'm actually saying that right, but Piscean? Oh, that's Alex. I actually happen to be wearing purple today, but which is very Piscean. Pisces-like? I think Piscean is a word though. But as the symbol for Pisces is actually two fish going in the opposite direction. So that's really interesting, because I find with the Mars and Pisces, I'm kind of indecisive when it comes to deciding things. But I am ruled by my emotion, even though it's indecisive. So you'll notice if you have strong Pisces in your chart, moon and sun especially, you will find yourself like really debating over things and being cautious when you are deciding. But the symbolism of the two fish going in two different directions is in whatever direction there is harmony and peace, because that is the Pisces way. They're very compassionate, and they're very forgiving, and they're very accepting of a lot of people. And that, if you think about like your grandparents or a grandparent stereotype in general, you think they're older and they're wiser. Not every grandparent, because, you know, lots of our grandparents are not open-minded just because of their generation. But, you know, living so long and having so many different experiences, a grandfather energy, a grandmother energy, is usually very accepting and very forgiving and very open-minded. And that is like the Pisces way. Let me see, what am I saying here? Just wrote some notes here. Oh yeah, so it's saying that because of this forgiving, accepting, compassionate energy that we're in right now, especially for the next 2 weeks, until the full moon in Libra, which is March 31st, you'll really be feeling all of this. And this is a great time to kind of like widen your scope and really see the bigger picture of what's happening in your life and beyond. So really using this healing energy, and using it if you need to release. Again, I'm always saying like release what does not serve you, being relationships, situations, thought patterns, habits. So yeah, so even though this again is a new moon, it's great for manifesting. We have this healing Pisces energy and this end of cycle, end of astrology year energy that you really can also use to help you like release out anything that doesn't serve you. And really opening your eyes to that bigger picture of like, in the whole scheme of things, like how much do I really want to spend like 40 hours a week at this like soul crunching job, right? Yes, it's serving me right now because it's paying me money and it's paying my rent, but like, to what extent, right? To what extent of my health, my emotional health, my energetic health. Same things with relationships, same things with like, you know, maybe you shouldn't beat yourself up. Maybe you shouldn't, you know, be eating like, you know, 3 Snickers a day, you know, those kind of things, habits, that kind of thing. How is this serving me? You know, Snickers are delicious. But you know, they're not that good for you. I actually have this great vegan Snickers recipe that I found on YouTube, and it's really amazing. Maybe I'll like post it later. It's really good, guys. It's actually like no bake. It's gluten-free. It's vegan. I think it's the Minimalist Baker, I think. I think it is. She found it from someone else. I'll post it later. It's really good. So like even changing something like that, like you're just like obsessed with Snickers and you need them to get it. Totally get it. Chocolate is important. But like, you know, just changing it up, that kind of thing. Oh, again, it being like an end of the cycle, end of a year kind of thing. Let's like use this as you would New Year's. Or I do this during my birthday because I feel like my birthday is the end of the year, beginning of the year. Celebrating and seeing where you've grown, right? So really like taking the time to be like, yes, this is what I did this year. Well, this astrology year. This is what I did this astrology year. This is where like celebrate yourself for, you know, asking for that raise, letting go of that toxic friendship, making more money, getting that promotion, having a baby. That's a lot to deal with, guys. Congratulations on that. Like, I mean, it's one thing, congratulations on having a baby, but then like having to really like really add that new person in your life and in your schedule and stuff. Like, I really respect that, parents. And where do you grow from here now, right? So where can I expand more, and where can I let go, and where can I be a better person, right? What does it say? Oh, yeah. So this being a water energy, and this being a new moon, and it being in Pisces, I would say think of like you're manifesting as, I do say plant seeds, which is very Earth, very Virgo, which is Pisces opposite, which I guess still works, because it's your opposite, it still works. At least I think so. But yeah, really, really kind of using this water energy and drawing in the new energy and drawing in your emotions and new energies, emotions, and feelings into what you want. So think of it as like when you're manifesting, planting seeds, if that helps you, use it. Virgo's opposite, Pisces, it's totally going to work. Everything's going to work. Anything that you're trying is going to work because it's the intention and it's the emotion behind it, right? But if the water helps you, because this is a water sign, you can see as like drawing this Pisces watery energy by like kind of like drawing in what you want, right? I'm sure Mars and Waters is really good at this. I should probably know that I'm probably good at this too. I'm drawing water. Note to self. So yeah, and that is, oh, here you go, guys. I just wanted to show you. I thought this was really cute. So this is, this is a little Pisces and talking to an Aries. And I just thought this was sweet because it reminded me of, I don't know how to be centered more in that. Oh, I think like this. Okay. I just thought this was really sweet because it just really reminded me. So this is basically, I feel like, symbolically what will happen next week. Pisces will kind of hand off this astrology year to Aries. And already we're feeling Aries in Mercury and in Venus. So you'll notice that the way we're speaking and the way we're loving and communicating our feelings is more direct. And that's been for like a week or so now. I mentioned it in, I think a week ago, that you'll find that it's, things are more direct. They're more streamlined. Yeah. But ironically, just to warn you, if you've already haven't felt it, I felt it like a couple of days ago with my technology. Mercury in retrograde is happening on March 22nd. So the first day of Aries, which is so straightforward, so clear, so fiery of a sign, which you're like, great, Aries, you always know what an Aries wants. An Aries wants something, they get it, they want it yesterday. They get stuff, they make stuff happen. That's what Aries do. They're our leaders. But interesting enough, that energy is going to be fighting with Mercury going retrograde, going backwards on its axis in Aries, in the side of Aries as well. So that's going to be interesting. Because one of the most direct signs will be trying to communicate directly, but also being its communication being flipped backwards. So that is going to actually be until my dad's birthday, from March 22nd to April 15th. We'll be feeling 3 weeks of that Mercury in retrograde. So to remind you, and I will remind you on Monday as well, in the next couple weeks, yes, it will feel a little crazy. I don't know. I'll have to ask my astrology teacher tomorrow, if it will affect Aries more so because it's Mercury in Aries and it's during Aries season. That would be interesting to know. Or if it will affect Libras more because Libra is the opposite sign of Aries. I'm going to ask this tomorrow. I'm going to find out for you guys. But yeah, so it's going to be, so that means that March 22nd to April 15th and a little before and a little after, we're going to be doing Mercury in retrograde. So Mercury in retrograde means that the god Mercury, which is, I want to say Mercury is Greek, a Greek name. I always remember my Greek names better than my Roman names. So I'm pretty sure it's Mercury. No, it's Hermes. Hermes is Greek, so Mercury is Roman. So Roman god of communication, transportation, and then later, like they said, technology. I mean, there was technology back then. It wasn't obviously computers, but because our world is so ruled by technology as a communication, it really affects us even more so nowadays when Mercury goes in retrograde. So try not to, try not to sign any contracts. Try not to get married. Yeah, that's a contract. Try not to do any like huge purchases, especially technology purchases. My Amazon Fire Stick has been really off, and I did buy a new one like yesterday, so hopefully it's okay. And I didn't get another bum one, but we'll see. But try not to do these things. But I was looking for a place during Mercury in retrograde, the last one, which was December, and I still found a place. I just had to be like really, really clear about what I wanted, which was really amazing for me because I even said this in December to you guys. It's because of this Mars in Pisces. It's very, it's not my nature to clearly ask for something and to clearly know what I want in a situation because it's so easy for me to know what everyone else wants. So, so it was really actually great. That Mercury in retrograde was really great for me because I felt like I really had to own my power and own exactly what I really wanted in an apartment. I just really had to be like, no, I want a yard. No, not a balcony. No, not a place that doesn't have a balcony or a yard. I want a yard. And I need a yard. I need a place that will accept my dog. No, a place that accepts dogs, not cats. Dogs, medium-sized dogs. Yes, a medium-sized dog. He is 40 pounds. Medium-sized dog. Thank you. Medium-sized dog and a yard. Nope, not a balcony. Like it was just like, I felt like I was talking to the wall. But it really made me very empowered because I got exactly what I wanted because I just kept on asking for it. And eventually it came, and I was lucky enough to have more than enough time to find it because my ex is awesome. And we're good friends. And he was like, yeah, just stay here until you find your perfect place. Like, why would I not let you do that? And that is why Chris Gardner is a great guy. Shout out to Chris Gardner. Yeah, so really, I mean, yes, know that if you're feeling a little crazy during this Mercury in retrograde, it's okay. Give yourself extra time to get to places. Give yourself extra patience on hearing and listening and communicating, please. Because, you always want to stay open to everything, to communication, of course. We always want to be great listeners. We always want to be great communicators. But just know it might take a little longer because Mercury goes retrograde next Thursday. Like I am doing my Reiki class, which is on sale today until like midnight, FYI. So if you guys are looking to join that, join it today because it's going to be $88 up until midnight tonight instead of $100. If you're in the New York area, it's on Sunday. But I on purpose am giving us extra time. I'm giving us like 10 to 4 to do the class. And yeah, that's like 6 hours. So we don't probably need 6 hours for that class on Sunday, but I know that it was going to hit during Mercury in retrograde. So I on purpose gave us extra time for that class. Also, there's like lunch in between too. But yeah, so, oh, here, you know, I'll send this guy right here. Here you go, look. Oh, we can't see it. I'm going to do it solo then. So there you go. My Reiki class is going to be next Sunday, March 25th, 10 to 4. It's going to be in Brooklyn. It's a Reiki 1 level 1 class. We are going to be learning, we're going over chakras, we're going over energy fields, the brief history of Reiki. It's a Japanese healing energy art. I actually learned it like years ago. How old am I? Oh God, like 17 years ago, I learned it. 17 years ago. 17 years ago? 15? 17 years ago. Yeah, so I'm very familiar with Reiki. But yeah, so because of the new moon, I thought it would be fun to give us a little sale. And you can go to my website. Let me pop this off. You can go to my website. Right here. And you can actually buy it off of my website and register it for it there. And the sale is actually up on there as well. I've been just doing this chakra series, and I was just kind of quickly explaining each chakra just to kind of get you guys like a taste of energy work, because that is like the main foundation of Reiki, is that you're understanding that everyone has these main 7 chakras, and then we have energy fields that contain these 7 chakras. Where's my little energy lady? I'll put it up. And then that's what we're sensing by knowing energy and sensing, okay, so this person's heart chakra is off because she went through a really bad breakup and she's sad, right? That's like the perfect example I always use because it's just the easiest one to understand. So then her heart chakra would be imbalanced, and we would want to infuse her with more energy, release any negative thoughts or any negative energy being like, she might be like, oh, I'm just not pretty enough, blah, 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 like all the reasons why she thinks that this person has broken up with her, you know, all those awful thoughts we have that are not true. So we would like lift those out of her energy field. And so then hopefully that would, not hopefully, it will heal her, but you know, it's not going to like heal her instantly. You know, it's not like movie magic. It is magic, but it's not movie magic. So yeah, so that's kind of the crux of Reiki, are those chakras. But we're doing that not this Sunday, but next Sunday in Brooklyn. So if you're in the New York area and you want to learn Reiki, I'm there for you. Let's see what else I can tell you guys. There's this beautiful fish. So see how these 2 fishes, I should have put this up when I was explaining the energy. So that symbol is that the 2 fish go in a different way, which again makes Pisces a little indecisive. But also it's both ends are, even though they're indecisive, it's because they're trying to make everything harmonious around them and make themselves feel more at peace. That is how it works. Let me see. So yeah, so the new moon was actually at 9:14 a.m. this morning, Eastern Standard Time. So if you were feeling it around then, that is when it was. Yeah, and so just really use this new moon. Know that there's a lot of compassionate energy right now. Be really compassionate with yourself. I'm always getting affected by all these moons. So especially if you're a Virgo and a Pisces, you might feel this stronger than most of us. Water signs, you're going to feel everything. You guys know this. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpios, you guys always feel everything. So I don't need to explain to you that that you're feeling something. But yeah, just so if you are feeling something today, you might feel amazing. And that is totally possible. It is a new moon. It is a very gentle, loving energy of compassion. So you might have like a fabulous day. And that doesn't mean you're feeling the wrong thing. It's just how you're being affected. But if you are not feeling amazing today, know that it's okay, and know that you're just healing, and that's totally normal, and that's totally fine. And you know, take a bath, man. Like take a bath, especially if you're not feeling that well. Or shower, or use the water. Use the healing waters of Pisces today to your advantage. Yeah. And if you can go outside and hang out with the moon tonight, that's amazing. I'm not sure what it says about your Patrick's Day, or your St. Patrick's Day today, though. I'm wondering if there will be a different energy in the celebrating of St. Patrick's Day. I mean, it's wine. I mean, what wine? I mean, it's alcohol, so it is a liquid. I don't know if that will make celebrating St. Patrick's Day traditionally by drinking more loopy or more drunk. Like, I don't know. That would be very interesting if you guys want to let me know. I'm not a big drinker, so I don't know. I don't know if it will affect St. Patrick's Day celebrations. Of course it will, I guess, right? Wouldn't it? Anyway. Yeah. Okay. I will talk to you guys later. Have a wonderful St. Patrick's Day. A wonderful new moon in Pisces. Write those lists. Remind yourself all the awesome things you did in this astrology year. And just be prepared for Mercury in retrograde. Know that it's coming. Give yourself extra time to do things. Don't beat yourself up when things aren't, the train isn't working, or your words aren't working. Your computer is not working. It's just what's in the air. So know that you're good. So have a great day, and I'll talk to you guys later.